Now, don't miss Banned in Britain. First printing, first edition. Michael Savage's new book. Read the secret emails disclosing how the British government colluded to destroy a man's name and reputation. It is selling like hotcakes. Click on michaelsavage.com to get your copy. FCC diversity chief is going to regulate talk radio. Oh, my God. Take a look at this doll. A Canadian health official says that his healthcare system is sick. The incoming president of the CMA, the Canadian Medical Association, said that Canadians' healthcare system is sick and imploding. Go tell that to Obama. Don't miss Wes Pruden's article about Obama entitled, Finding No Buyers for Snake Oil. Here's a nice one for you. 90% of U.S. currency is tainted with cocaine. What? Just to be safe, you should probably stop sniffing your dollar bills. 90% of U.S. currency is tainted with cocaine. What a country. Also on michaelsavage.com, here's a nice article. A Muslim has been sentenced for his role in a plot to kill Jews and attack military bases. That's right, he's a Muslim. And yup, on the bottom of michaelsavage.com, as you guessed, Sotomayor joins the three liberals in her first Supreme Court vote. The new justice joined a dissent by three libs on the High Court to try and stop the execution of a convicted murderer. The bum is scheduled to die this morning by lethal injection. Go to michaelsavage.com to read all about it. Play some music. It is the Savage Nation, the middle of August, late August already. Most normal people are on vacation. They're in Psycho Land, drunk every day. What do they do on vacation? Sit in the room? When are they going out for ice every two? Ice. That is so 1950s, the bucket with the ice. Is that what you're supposed to do? Go in a room and sit and drink whiskey? I don't get it. Why go anywhere to do that? Anyway, look, to each his own. In that regard, I'm really a libertarian. I've told you that. I'm a sexual libertarian. I've said that 100 times a week. But no one seems to hear me. I don't care what you do to stimulate your various body parts. As long as children are left alone and you stay away from marriage, I don't really care. That's all. How hard is that to figure out? So, what am I doing here? I'm sitting here drinking tea, doing a radio show. I have a cup. I have a tea. The cup is a naval cup with a wide bottom. I like naval items. Nautical and naval items are my hobby, okay? This is a cup I got from a guy in Seattle. It says, daily flogging will continue until the crew's morale improves. There. That's interesting. Daily flogging will continue until the crew's morale improves. That's my idea of how to take a child out of being a junkie. Oh, how come you? Why do they coddle them for? You throw the drugs out the window, you step on the hypodermic needle with your boot, and you throw the kid in the street. And that's all. Don't enable him. The first sign you got to strike back. The first sign you strike back. The minute you coddle that child, you're helping him become a junkie. The minute you coddle him and understand him, he's finished. You've ruined him. That is the world that's the world I was brought up in. Now you say it's too harsh for the world of today. And you may be right. I'm thinking about it. The world has changed. The society has changed. Take a look at what we have in the White House. Can you imagine a man like this in the White House 20 years ago? Impossible. How could so many people have fallen for this joker? How is it possible? All right, there were Democrats who were legitimate candidates who had experience and we knew who they were and with whom we could trust the country to hand it to them. I wouldn't have liked their policies necessarily, but I didn't have doubts about where they were born, where their loyalties lied. But this guy out of nowhere, he even beat the Hillary Clinton machine. How'd this happen? But that's neither here nor there. I was thinking about this the other day. Take a guy like Red Skelton. You may remember him, you may not. Played a clown, did a good job. I loved him as a kid, didn't know much about him. As it turned out, the man painted. He painted schlocky paintings of clowns. What did he paint, 1,000 clown pictures? What was he trying to do? I thought about it the other day as a grown man. What do you think he was doing? He was trying to paint the clowns out of his own head. You see what I'm saying? In other words, there was a higher part of Red Skelton. In order for him to perform at all, there had to be a brilliant, high element within him, something spiritually higher, right? To be a performer like that. Because he didn't use dirty words. He didn't do anything with filthy, dirty language in order to get a laugh out of an audience. He actually used comedy to attract people, unlike the dirtbags on Showtime and HBO today. Every other word is F or MF or F and MF, 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 F, 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 MF. What'd you say? Meth. What'd you say? MF. What'd you say? F. That's HBO's idea of comedy. Every other word, and that's not comedy. It's insanity. But Red Skelton didn't have to do that, so there was a higher element with him. But the clown he had to use inside himself to hit those notes. But he was depressed that he had to be a clown to get the audience to listen. He probably would rather have been the higher element within himself. Does this make sense to you? So he painted clowns all his life, I think, to rid his mind of the clowns. You'd call them, what do they call them today? Everything they have a psychological word for, and they give you a drug to turn you into a Democrat. What would you call it today? Not the ghosts. In my day, they called it the shadow. Huh? No, not psychological terms. So they say inner demons. Now, everything's an inner demon. In other words, everything that's a human being, he's got an inner demon, take a pill, come back in 3 months, take another one. We'll see if that doesn't put down the psychosis. We'll give you another one that'll create the psychosis. What inner demon? It's inner selves. I recognized at age 18 through self-analysis for 5 straight years that if you peel away the onion and keep peeling away the onion of your own self, at the middle of it, you're going to find nothing. At the center of it all, there's nothing. So why peel anymore? So you pack the onion back up and you march forward, and that's it. What are you looking for inside? There's nothing there. Hello? Keep knocking. Keep a knocking, but you can't come in. Do you have that song for me right now? Because I know I'm going to get slammed now already with it. No, my God is within. Keep looking within, and you'll find God within the center of yourself. All right, yeah, I know. Jimmy Carter thought he met him in his living room because of the strychnine. I mean, that family drank enough strychnine for the guy to become the peacenik he is. You talk about the average person has nothing on the inside. The Jimmy Carter family with the strychnine and the snakes and seeing his Lord and Master in a living room. I don't know what he was wearing. I don't know, trousers, tweeds, a tuxedo.
Time ago.
Who's this? Keep a knocking, but you can't.
I hear you knocking. Go back where you've been.
Is she a stripper? She worked for LBJ in the back. Gail Storm was a stripper for LBJ, wasn't she? I don't know who she was. I grew up on like Argosy magazine. Gail Storm was a stripper. Who's Gail Storm? Turn it off. LBJ liked this kind of thing, didn't he? Whenever Lady Bird wasn't around, he went down to booze it up down in New Orleans with the lady.
Savage. Michael Savage. Afternoons 3 to 7 on Talk 910 KNEW and online at 910KNEW.com.